Welcome to the Regrid Property app. Today we're going to be looking at the List tool. So you can find the List tool on the left-hand sidebar. If you click on it, it'll basically pull up within some boundaries a list of properties. And the first thing to note about the list view is literally it's another way of looking at the data that you're seeing on the map. So whereas on the map it's shown in space and you can click on a single property and see its details, the list view you can see all of the properties details within the boundary, and if you have a filter applied within the criteria of the filter. So let's talk about what I mean by that. So here we're looking at the list view, and we're looking in West Milwaukee here. So when I look at the list, I can see that there are a little over 1,000 properties in this area. I can see all of the parcel data. If I scroll to the right, I can keep seeing all of the columns, all the stuff that we have in this part of the world. If I click on any given property row, it can zoom me there and I can see all the information about it. And then basically from there, you can do what you want with the data. So there are two ways that you can affect the number of properties that are shown on the list. One is by changing the boundary, and here I have, it's a little hard to see, but I have a focus area drawn. So I'm going to click on the focus area. You can see how the white boundary updated for a smaller area. Now if I go back to list, this number will go down from about 1,000 to 33, because that's the number within the focus area. So let's imagine this is closer to what we want to get to. So we've got a smaller subset here. This might be great, and if so, we could click the export button down at the bottom right and pull this out as a spreadsheet or a spatial file, whatever you need to do from here. Or if you want to refine this further, you could always go to filter, and you could select by another attribute that would allow you to get deeper into this. So for example, let's say that we want to know vacant lots within this small area. I click the vacant lot on the quick filter, and this takes us down from about 30 to about 11. So from here, I can look at it on the list view, see it's yet smaller. Let's say this is the subset we want. I would then click on export, and now from here you can click whatever format and proceed to checkout. We have a whole other video on export, so I won't get into it here, but that's a good example of how list view can work in this context. It's also a helpful check generally to be able to get a handle on what boundary you're looking at and what properties specifically you have sort of caught in your net of both boundary and filter before you go ahead and export.